What up? It's the Rage Occasion Blazing Nation coming at you with another repair video. So we got a 2014 Nissan Pathfinder today, which is this guy right here. We're doing a wheel bearing actually on this car. It's a 2014 Pathfinder. It's gonna be similar to 2015 all the way up to 2017 or 18 maybe. And it goes down to like, I don't know, 09 or something like that, 08. It's probably the same. Very long range of years. It's basically just 4 bolts holding it in on the back. So to get to the wheel bearing, all you got to do is take off the tire. Those are 21 millimeters. I usually use an extension like this because they're a little recessed on this vehicle. But hold on, yeah, 21s, 21 millimeter bolts holding it in. Now on the back here, these are 22s. Yeah, 22 millimeters on the back holding your caliper. I like to take a screwdriver and stick it in here and kind of pry the pistons against the rotor to squeeze them so that it's easier to put this bracket back on with the caliper, because I'm going to skip this step. Usually some people take off these right here to take the caliper off. I just go ahead and take off the bracket, and there are two 21s in the back right here. I already loosened them up, so just take those off. And caliper's gonna fall down, and I usually like to send them up in here like this. Turn it around real quick. So so now we have that supported. Stick them in little holes, or you can wrap them around this little, wrap them around that bar right there. You can pull your rotor off now. Alright, now that your rotor's off, 2 things left. You got 4 bolts in the front. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. You got to get them from the back, right back here. So you see there's right up here. There's one right there. There's the other 2 right there. One right there, one right there, and then of course there's one over there. So you got 4 bolts in the back. You got this big one on the front. That's a 32. Let me see. It's gonna be this guy right here, which is 32. It is 32. Yeah. So take that 32 off, and then you're gonna take your 17s off in the back. Now, what I like to do is, like, once you take this 32 off, you can push this axle back. Just get it like a little screwdriver. I usually take air hammer with a needle tip, and then hit it right here after you take the nut off. It'll push this back. Once your axle's back, it'll give you more room to get to those 4 bolts on the back. Once you get the 4 bolts off the back, then you can hit this with a hammer, and then usually I like to come in here with a chisel on the top and just hit it away. Oh yeah, and before you do that also, make sure you take out your wheel speed sensor. It's a 10 millimeter bolt right here, because if you don't take that out, let me show you. Your wheel speed sensor sits in that hole right there. This right here is on the back of your wheel bearing, right? So when your wheel bearing comes out, if you don't take that sensor out, then this right here is going to snap your wheel speed sensor, and you'll destroy it. So you need to make sure you take that wheel speed sensor out before you pull the bearing out, before you go hitting on this with a hammer and chiseling back here or whatever and pulling it out. You need to go ahead and take that sensor out to prevent damage. Alright, and so once you got this off, which is, I've already taken it off, you put this back on. Now when you put it back on, you need to look at this and make sure that, you know, you only got a few openings here, right? So it's going to sit in there like that, diagonal. So when you put it back on, this wheel bearing right here, you have to situate. This is going to either be at the top or the bottom. It's not, you know, because if you got this like that, your wheel speed sensor is not going to go in. So when you put your wheel bearing in there, you need to make sure you got the hole that hole at the bottom, and these two right here should be out, going out diagonally like rabbit ears up to the side, so that your wheel speed sensor will go back in. Okay. All right, so once you got that situated, and you go ahead and put this on, I would just put these in by hand on the back. I usually like to start with this side right here, turn the steering wheel. If you turn the steering wheel, you know, this way right here, you can get to these two pretty easy. Then I like to take the steering wheel, turn it back this way, then put these two bolts in the back. And then since you got it like that already, you can put your rotor on, then put these two bolts in, and then you're done. Put your wheel back on. It's that easy. Don't forget to tighten this down. Okay? So, wheel bearing 2014 Nissan Pathfinder. Thank you for watching. Peace.